cumulative compound and differential compound. Now see here, this is the DC compound motor coupled with DC compound generator. But we are taking here DC motor because we are not conducting the test on the DC motor, we are using DC motor as a prime motor. So the red line shows all the first part and negative shows the black wires. So positive is connected to the ammeter, we have selected the 10 ampere range, and from this one it is connected to L1, L. A is connected to A1, F is connected through variable rheostat, that is a 800 ohm, 1.4 ampere is the rheostat, which is connected in series with the field winding to adjust the speed. Now F2, that is the negative terminal of field winding, negative terminal of armature winding, it is connected to the negative. So this is the motor connection, isn't it? In motor connection we have connected one ammeter to see whether the motor is taking proper current or not, and supply voltage to measure the supply voltage, either it is correct or not. Okay, so this is the motor side. Now it is mechanically coupled with the generator. So here in the compound generator there are two winding, one is the field winding, second is the series field winding and armature winding. If you are connecting the series field winding in series with the armature and total is connected across the parallel with the shunt field winding, it become a long shunt compound generator. So now when S1 is connected to the A1, it become a cumulative compound generator, and when A1 is connected to S2, then it will become a differential compound generator. So A1 is connected to S1 and S2, and load is connected through this one. So this is the load terminal, it is connected with the ammeter to measure the load current, and we have connected one voltmeter across the load. So load across, that is S2 and any negative terminal of the field winding or armature winding. So simply for we are putting here. Now in series with the field winding, a rheostat is connected. So rheostat is connected to obtain the rated voltage. So we have connected two rheostat in series to obtain the proper value, because single rheostat may not be sufficient to adjust the rated terminal voltage. Now as a load, generator load is electrical, so it is connected one load bank, it is a resistive load, lamp load is there. Okay, now we will start the motor. We should take the care, no loose wire or no loose our cloth should be there. We have to take this one. So ensure that the rheostat, the starter at the off position. Now we will start the motor slowly. It takes high current at the starting, and now the motor gets started. Now see what is the speed. So it is, the speed is somewhat greater, so we will adjust this speed. Yes, now the speed is around 1500 rpm is there. Now our speed is now adjusted to the 1500 rpm. It is somewhat varying. So now the speed is 1500. It is the rated speed which is given in the nameplate. Now we will try to adjust the voltage. So see here, in the voltmeter which is connected across the load, the load is 0. So we want to maintain the terminal voltage which is given 210. So by varying this rheostat, I just try to get the rated terminal voltage under no load condition. So this is 220 volt is the no load voltage, and current is 0. During this time the current is 0. Now first we will switch on the load. So what would be the observation in the switching the load? As soon as I switch on the load, we found that there is a load current which is around 0.75 is the load current, first load current, and voltage get decreases. There is a decrease in voltage, slight decrease, say 218 volt is there on the terminal voltage. Now I will switch on the second load. When we switch on the second load, the load current has been increased to 1.25 ampere, whereas the voltage get decreases to the 210 volt. Similarly, third reading, in the third reading the current become 1.6 ampere, and voltage is 208 volt, 207 volt is there. So we found that as the load increases, there is a voltage drop in series winding, in armature winding and brushes, and one more voltage drop is there, that is the armature reaction drop. So this is the reading. So first of all, we have to concentrate that when A1 is connected to S1, it becomes a cumulative compound generator. At 1.5 ampere, the load voltage is 210. Now what we will do? We will change the connection, that is, we will make the cumulative compound generator to the differential compound generator. We have changed the connection. What is the change in connection? Now A1, it is connected to AS2 and S1 is connected the load current, and terminal voltage we are measuring between S1 and negative. So now the connection of the series field has been changed, or we can say that the direction of current in the series field winding is opposite to the field winding. So whatever the flux produced by series field winding is opposite to the main field flux, isn't it? But dominant field flux is the field flux produced by main field winding. Now again we have maintained the terminal voltage 220 volt, load current is 0. Now when we switch on the load, this is first load is there, we found that the armature current, the load current is 1 ampere, whereas drastic load voltage decreases to 210. Okay. Now when we increase again load, it is say 1.25, which is earlier the case, it is 1.7 ampere is there, the voltage become a 200. So just remember, in the previous reading, when the load current is 1.7 ampere, the voltage is 210 volt. And whereas in the cumulative compound generator, when the same load current is there, voltage decreases to the 200. So we can say that the regulation of cumulative compound generator is better than the voltage regulation of differential compound generator. Now by proper designing this field winding, series field winding, it is quite possible that we are able to produce the constant voltage, or we are able to make the flat compounded generator, where the regulation is very good, in the range of 0 to 5%. So this is the external characteristic of DC compound generator for differential generator as well as the cumulative generator. So by taking this reading of the different load condition which we have taken, we are able to draw the graph and we are able to draw the conclusion for external characteristic of DC compound generator.